Yo, this is just really heavy on my heart, and I wanted to say this real quick. This video is going to be very short, and I wanted to let you know that you are not alone and you are not stupid. And, this is something I've been struggling with as of lately. Lately, I've really just been reconstructing my mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really just been reconstructing my mindset and just questioning every little thing in my life, why I think the way I do, why I do the things that I do on a daily basis. And just question everything, whether it be, something that people consider to be normal or whatever. And I basically wanted to tell you, like, this is something I've been struggling with. Like I said, I've been forming beliefs that go against what society deems to be, correct or incorrect. And, for the longest, I've always felt like I've thought differently, and like my mind worked differently than everybody else around me, and I say all that to say that when I was younger, like especially when I was younger, I always thought differently than everybody else, and nobody would agree with me, and I would always think maybe I'm the crazy one. If everybody else thinks this way and I'm the only one that thinks this way, maybe I'm the crazy one. And as time goes on, I still have those same beliefs. And I'm not going to really clarify what beliefs they are because I can't even name all of them off the top of my head. But, yeah, like I said, I would just let people not believing me and everybody else disagreeing with me as, a way to kind of reason and say, you know what, maybe I'm the wrong one. Maybe everybody else is right and I'm wrong, because why am I the only one that thinks like this? But in reality, I realized as time went on, nobody has this life shit figured out, not even myself, and I do feel like I am on a different level of consciousness, and my mindset is just, and my mind is just structured differently than most people. And I feel like if anybody ever sees this and you're going through this as well, just because you think a certain way and nobody else agrees with you doesn't mean you're crazy. And the main reason I still have the beliefs that I have is because the only reasoning that people have against me is that you're the only one who thinks like this. What is wrong with you? And I realize most of the beliefs that people have aren't even beliefs that they believe. That's just what they were taught to believe, and they never questioned it, And, you have to be, at the same time, you have to be, if somebody could provide me enough evidence to the point where they could prove to me why my beliefs are false, then, I'm more than willing to accept the change and, it'd be like, damn, maybe you're right. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the only proof, not even proof, the only reasoning that people have is you're the only one who does this. What is wrong with you? But in reality, most people aren't doing the things they do because that's what they believe. They're doing the things they do because that's what they're taught. And I don't want to go as far as saying things like, I don't want to go as far into saying things like, oh, we're in a matrix, you're taught to do this because of this, because of that. I genuinely don't know too much about that, so I don't want to speak on that. But, I do believe that a lot of the beliefs, like, I don't want to disrespect anybody's beliefs, but religion, for example, right? A lot of people, especially older people, only believe in religion is because that's what they were taught to believe in when they were growing up. And, I feel like that's where a lot of people, older people especially, are wrong. Older people are not willing to accept change. And that's what, hinders people from growing as people, and there's more than growing. And a lot of people have a misconception of growing, right? Growing is not just making more money, making more friends, becoming more popular. That's not that. Yes, that is growing to an extent. But growing is also growing your mindset, growing the way you think. I say this all the time, a lot of adults that I've, talked to are just kids with responsibilities and bills, bro. That's literally it, bro, because they have no maturity. They have no emotional intelligence or anything like that. Like, they're literally just people who just did what they were told, and mentally they're very weak. And I say all this to say, if you're in the point of your life where you were questioning everything and you're just like, why is everything the way it is? Keep being like that, but don't get to the point where you don't allow change. Don't be the person that you're complaining about. Like I said, if somebody was to come to me and, tell me why my beliefs are wrong and why they believe what they believe, and it makes sense to me, then I'm gonna be like, damn, you know what, maybe you're right, you know what I'm saying? But don't just be egotistical with your beliefs and be like, don't just purposely believe the opposite of what everybody else believes. Believe what makes sense to you. And I feel like a lot of people try to believe the opposite of what everybody else believes to kind of seem woke or whatever. Bro, believe in what makes sense to you, but be selfless enough to accept change. And if somebody, even religion, say you're a Christian your whole life and you come across somebody who's Muslim and they provide you with every single detail on why you should be Muslim, and you don't want to become Muslim. It's not necessarily becoming Muslim, but you don't want to accept that truth in reality because your whole life you've been Christian, You have to be willing to accept new realities and new change at any point in time, and always remember, you do not know anything. Nobody, like even me, I don't know. I consider myself to be smart, but I still consider myself to be stupid at the same time because there is so much that I don't know. I only know what I know. Like there's so many things that I haven't experienced in life. There's so many things that I don't know in this life. And I don't want to make this video too long because I said I was going to keep it short. But I say all this to say, because this was heavy on my chest right now, just because you are different from everybody else around you does not make you crazy. And I'm going to probably talk for like another minute or so because like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. Think of Martin Luther King, for example, right? All it takes is one person to change the reality of millions of people. I'm pretty sure when Martin Luther King said he had a dream to, make African Americans have the same freedom as Caucasian people or white people, people were like, bro, you're crazy. Like, this is just how life is. You got to deal with it, blah, 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 blah. They told him all this BS. And I feel like to get to that point, you have to be kind of crazy and delusionally confident in yourself and just delusionally confident in general. And, he had a dream. Whether you want to go as far as to saying God put that dream in his heart, he just had that dream because of himself, that's beyond the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is all it takes is one person being crazy to change the reality of millions of people. If it wasn't for people like Martin Luther King, who didn't choose to accept reality and made his own reality, who knows where I would have been right now, you know what I'm saying? So like, I just say all that to say that if you feel like you're crazy, you may be crazy, but like you may also not be crazy. You just are different from everybody else around you. And something that keeps me going is that I know that there are people out there that think just like me, that operate just like me, but it's just not in the area that I'm in right now. That's why I'm trying to, leave my hometown and just really explore life and try to find somebody that understands me, because it sucks when you think the way you think, but nobody around you understands you, bro. And everybody's just stuck in society's general and average mindset, bro. So, like I said, you may not necessarily be crazy, And the reason I know I'm not crazy is because, okay, see, this is very like, it's like a double-edged sword because, and I'm kind of being hypocritical by saying all this because you could say like a R word, for example. I don't want to say I don't want to say the real word, but I'm talking about an R word, that may do things to people that's not right? There's somebody out there as well that thinks like that person, right? So everything is just, it's all about balance, It's really just using your judgment. And, some R words don't think what they're doing is wrong, So that's why I don't want to say use your judgment at the same time, because I'm pretty sure there's an R word out there that if you're an R word and you're watching, this does not apply to you. I'm talking about people with different beliefs that don't harm anybody else, right? So I say all that to say that there's different levels of crazy, I feel like. And an R word, like, that's not what I'm talking about. P words, that's not what I'm talking about. People, who, delete other people in real life. That's not what I'm talking about either. I'm talking about just mentally just disagreeing with society's rules. That's really what I'm trying to get at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I say all this to say that if you're at a point where you feel like you're misunderstood, trust me, it is for the better. Whatever you believe in, whatever higher power you believe in, this is, even if you don't believe in a higher power, all of this is happening to put you on your path that was meant for you in your life, So like I said, you're not alone. Even if nobody understands you, there's somebody out there that does. I promise you. And yeah, stay safe and bye.